So, moving right into today's video, got a shake for a little mid-morning calories, and actually we're gonna cold start the HELLCAT here in just a second. Luckily all the neighbors are awake at this time of the day, I hope. But I'm actually going to try bleeding the system one last time before we go through all this, because after speaking again with a few people, I still think there's an air bubble somewhere in the system. And so what we're going to do is the little reservoir up here, we're going to leave that open while we run the pumps. And what it should try and do is kind of like when you burp a radiator system, it should try and push the air up top out of the system. So we're going to see if that works. I'm going to have to cover up some of the stuff here with some towels because this is going to make a freaking mess. Alright, so as you guys just saw, a shit ton of water just came out of the car. Looked like it was going to flood it for a second, but that means there is air backed up in the system somewhere. So what I'm going to do is turn the car on, run it for a couple minutes, turn it off, do the same thing, see if it overflows with water, which I guarantee it does. Then do it again, probably do that 2 or 3 times, and then later today when I get a chance, I'll actually take the car out and go drive around and see if that fixes my IAT problem. And if it does, well, we're going to leave it like that for a while. I'm still going to run the external pump, but I can put the bumper back on, and we can still route everything how we need to, just to make it more efficient. But that's what we're going to do. Shit. He said blow through the hose. You got it?
I got it.
Alright, strong man over here. Alright, so right now we're actually removing the factory pump. We already got it out. Joseph weighed it, so it's about 37 pounds. So
horsepower.
It's actually like maybe 5 pounds. Did you say 5? 3 to 5?
I'd say 5.
Probably 5.
10.
5 to 10. We'll go with 7. So we got that removed. So now we're routing the hoses down here where they actually connected to the original factory pump. So we're totally deleting that. And then they'll use the factory lines to go up to the blower and use the factory return line. So we had to take the bumper off, obviously, take out the factory pump, and we're having to rerun the lines. I'll show you guys. I haven't screwed them in yet, but we're having to rerun the lines, reroute them, because they went previously behind the engine bay. So we're soaking wet, and not for good reasons. For gay reasons. GM reasons.
Oh. Shots fired.
Just kidding! Come on, man. Put it in the hole.
I'm trying.
Put it in the hole! So we've got the feed line and the return line tapped into the stock lines. And doesn't look too ghetto, actually, for a HELLCAT. That's it, right?
I think so.
We just got to tie up some of the lines. I think this is the only one that may kink when we put the bumper on, so I just got to be careful of that one. Other than that, I think she's Gucci.
Solid.
So I pushed some of the air out.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we're testing the pump in the tank by itself, looking for leaks. So far, it's pumping out. Joseph gets real quiet when the camera's on. He'd be talking shit on HELLCATs until I turn the camera on. So you can't see him there, but it's pumping real good. So I guess we're gonna take it out, see if we can do some wide open throttle pulls.
Oh, shit.
With the bumper off for more aerodynamics. right, guys, so we just finished up with the car, and I think we finally got it. We got the car up to what my mile an hour would be in the quarter mile, and the IATs only got to 114. So I think we've finally fixed it, and that was only with putting about 10 pounds of ice in it, maybe 20, I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't like I do it at the track. When I'm at the track, I fill it with ice, kind of let that cold ice water circulate, and then I drain it, and then we fill it again with ice, and totally top it off with ice, and then we make a run. So it wasn't even a completely cool pass that we just made, and we did make 2 passes just to make sure everything's good. We've checked, there's no leaks, there's no kinks in the hoses. So like I said, we totally deleted the factory pump. I'll show you, it's right here. I know I showed you earlier, but so we completely deleted this factory pump. So I do have to have Tim kick the code out because it's throwing a code saying, hey, your heat exchanger pump is not working. So I've got to have Tim delete that code, which I don't think is a huge problem. And obviously it didn't mess with the car at all. The car ran fine. But a huge shout out to Joseph for helping me. We finally rerouted the ice tank. We finally got it fixed. I think we're good to go. Obviously it will tell when we're at the track, but we watched the IATs and everything seemed really good. And I have heard that the IATs on the SRT dash do read about 5 to 10 degrees higher, 5 to 10 degrees higher. So we may even be lower than that. I just need to hook up the Diablo and do a full log on it, which we will do at the track next weekend. Now let's talk about the title of the video and the video that I showed when at the beginning of this video. This guy is a badass. He's a veteran. He was doing deadlifts. He does have a prosthetic leg, and he had a HELLCAT, his HELLCAT, behind him doing freaking burnouts while he's deadlifting a shit ton of weight, way more than I'll ever do. That's freaking awesome. That dude's a badass. So shout out to you. I'm gonna plug his YouTube here, and make sure you guys subscribe to him. He actually has a pretty decent YouTube channel. It's almost as big as mine, and mine's not big at all. But he has a huge Instagram following. I think it's like 188,000 followers on Instagram. He's got like 10,000 subscribers. So if you watch this, you have a badass HELLCAT, and that's dope that you did deadlifts with your HELLCAT doing a burnout behind you. I don't think I would trust my car behind me because it obviously makes a lot of power, and it'd probably run me over and kill me. But that's neither here nor there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I think the Sneaky Cat is finally ready. So we'll see if we can go get this 9-second pass in Amarillo. Obviously I've already ran 9s in better DA. If you don't know, I ran 3 back-to-back 9.7s down at 2400 DA, which still isn't that low, but I did run that. So my goal is to run in the 9.9s here in Amarillo, which is 6500 DA, which is insane. But look, there's a demon. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Huge shout out to Joseph for the help, as always, my crew chief. Make sure you guys always comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at Bambi39, and we'll see you guys on the next one.